What if I told you that a crow's brain works in ways strikingly similar to a human child's? How can a bird so small solve problems, plan ahead, and even recognize faces like we do? Scientists have been stunned by what they've discovered inside the crow's mind, and the truth might change how you see intelligence forever. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us bring more fascinating stories like this one.
At first glance, the crow's brain doesn't seem impressive. It's barely the size of a human thumb, hidden beneath sleek black feathers. And yet, inside that tiny space lies one of the most advanced neural structures in the animal kingdom. Scientists discovered that, despite its size, the crow's brain is packed with neurons as dense as those in primates. In fact, when compared by weight, some species have more neurons per gram than humans do. This dense network allows them to process information, make decisions, and adapt with incredible speed. That's why a crow can drop nuts on the road for cars to crack them open, or remember the face of someone who once scared it years later. Their intelligence isn't random. It's built for survival and strategy. But this is only the surface, because what truly shocks researchers isn't just how smart crows are, it's how their brains work, mirroring the cognitive patterns we once thought were uniquely human.
In controlled experiments, crows have solved puzzles that most animals, and even some children, struggle to understand. They drop stones into water to raise its level and reach a floating treat, perfectly reenacting Aesop's ancient fable of the thirsty crow. They bend wires into hooks to pull food from tubes. And sometimes they even use multiple tools in sequence, a level of reasoning once believed to exist only in humans and great apes. What's most surprising is that they don't rely on trial and error. Many crows pause, tilt their heads, and seem to think before acting, as if they're running mental simulations. In one study, a New Caledonian crow named Betty crafted a hook from a straight piece of wire without any prior training, shocking researchers. This kind of flexible problem-solving shows a glimpse of abstract thought, the ability to imagine outcomes before they happen. And that's only the beginning, because the next discovery revealed something even deeper. Crows don't just solve problems, they plan for the future.
Planning for the future was once thought to be a uniquely human trait, but crows have shattered that belief. In a remarkable experiment, researchers gave crows a tool that could open a food box, but only after a long delay. Hours later, the birds not only remembered the correct tool, they carried it with them and used it at the right moment. That means they can foresee future needs, resisting instant rewards for a bigger one later, a type of self-control once tested only in young children. Some even hide food in secret places, returning days later to retrieve it, proving that their memory isn't just short-term instinct, but deliberate recall. It's a glimpse into something profoundly human, the ability to imagine tomorrow. Yet their intelligence goes beyond logic, because crows also seem to possess something even more unexpected: emotions and social awareness.
Crows don't just think, they feel. Within their flocks, known as murders, they form deep social bonds, often mourning when one of their own dies. Scientists have observed groups of crows gathering silently around a fallen member, calling softly, as if holding a funeral. These crow funerals aren't random. They seem to serve both an emotional and a practical purpose, learning from danger while expressing connection. They also recognize human faces, remembering who treated them kindly and who didn't. A person who feeds a crow may find it waiting for them again the next day, sometimes even bringing small gifts like shiny trinkets or leaves. And if someone harms a crow, that memory spreads through the group, passed on from bird to bird.
Their empathy and loyalty show that their intelligence is not just mechanical, it's social, emotional, and deeply aware. But the story grows even stranger, because scientists have found that crows may possess something once thought to belong only to us: self-awareness. For decades, scientists used the mirror test to determine self-awareness, placing a mark on an animal's body where it can only be seen through reflection. Very few species passed: dolphins, elephants, great apes, and then, to everyone's surprise, crows. In experiments, certain crows noticed colored stickers placed on their feathers. When they saw their reflection, they tried to remove the mark, proving they recognized themselves, not another bird. That moment changed everything, because self-recognition implies a sense of identity, an understanding of me. It suggests that inside that small black head lies not only intelligence, but consciousness, a mind aware of its own existence. And that's where things take a deeper turn, because self-awareness opens the door to another level of intelligence, understanding others.
Crows don't live in isolation. Their survival depends on reading others, both within their group and beyond. In experiments, researchers found that crows can interpret the intentions of other creatures. If a human hides food while being watched, the crow will later move it to a new spot once the observer leaves. That behavior shows something remarkable: theory of mind, the ability to guess what someone else knows or believes. They can even fake hiding food to deceive spies. A crow might pretend to bury a seed, covering an empty hole while secretly hiding the real one elsewhere. Such strategies reveal complex mental modeling, where the bird predicts what another might think. This kind of awareness mirrors the social intelligence seen in young children, a mind that understands deception, trust, and perspective. But what truly fascinates scientists is how all this complexity fits into such a small brain, and how it's organized with surprising precision. Unlike mammals, crows don't have a neocortex, the brain region linked to reasoning and problem-solving in humans. Yet, somehow, they achieve similar results through a completely different structure. Their brains evolved an alternative design called the Nidopallium caudolaterale, which functions almost like a miniature cortex. Here, neurons are densely packed, forming fast and efficient circuits that rival those of primates. This allows crows to process information, remember sequences, and make decisions with astonishing speed. It's a case of convergent evolution, where nature finds a new way to reach the same outcome: intelligence. The more scientists study this architecture, the clearer it becomes. Size doesn't define brilliance. Density, connection, and adaptability do. And yet, there's still something that makes crows truly extraordinary, a trait that bridges logic with imagination.
Logic can explain much of intelligence, but creativity, the ability to imagine something new, is rarer. And yet, crows show flashes of it constantly. In the wild, they bend twigs into hooks, drop nuts onto roads for cars to crack, and use leaves as water sponges. These aren't instincts, they're inventions. Even more astonishing, some crows have been seen creating variations of tools depending on the challenge they face, changing the length, shape, or material to fit the task. That means they can visualize an outcome before acting, something very few animals can do. This spark of creativity hints at a flexible, curious mind, one that explores possibilities, not just solutions. A mind capable of imagination. And it's this very imagination that connects them to us, because creativity is only one step away from culture. Intelligence becomes truly powerful when it's shared, and crows have mastered that art. In the wild, older crows teach the young how to use tools, recognize threats, and adapt to new environments. When one learns a new trick, it often spreads through the flock, forming what scientists call crow culture. This shared memory helps entire populations survive. In cities, crows have learned to recognize traffic lights, drop food in crosswalks, and wait for the green signal before retrieving it. And they pass these lessons down, not by instinct, but through observation and imitation. It's the same foundation that allowed humans to evolve as a species, learning from those who came before. And yet, the most powerful discovery isn't about their culture, it's about what that culture reveals. Because when you look closely, you realize crows aren't just smart birds. They might be living mirrors of ourselves.
When we watch a crow solving problems, recognizing faces, or mourning its dead, it's hard not to feel a strange connection. In their eyes, we see more than instinct. We see thought, emotion, and awareness. They remind us that intelligence isn't measured by size, speech, or species, but by the ability to adapt, to feel, and to imagine. Scientists may describe crows as having the intelligence of a 6-year-old child, but maybe that comparison says as much about us as it does about them. Because the crow's mind, small yet extraordinary, challenges our definition of what it means to be human. Perhaps in understanding the crow, we're not just studying another creature, we're catching a glimpse of ourselves. If this story fascinated you, don't forget to leave a comment, suggest a new topic, and share this video with someone who loves learning about the hidden wonders of nature. Your support helps us keep exploring the incredible minds that share our world.